You are tuned in to Kids
In the Pit.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm joined by Popeye Vogelsang from the band Calling Hours. Thanks for letting me interview you.
Thank you for inviting me on. Really appreciate being here.
Yeah. So I'm sure you get this question a lot, but is Popeye your real name? And what nationality is Vogelsang?
Popeye is not my real name. My real name is Michael. You can also call me Mike. Take a preference. Vogelsang is German. I've been told that it means bird song. And that's about all of the German that I know.
Funny. So how did Popeye become a nickname for you?
I was kind of a shy kid when I was in school, and we kind of moved around a lot. But I discovered that I was pretty good at doing impressions on the playground because the thought of me like going up to another kid and introducing myself just it was like no way I'm doing that. So I would just start doing goofy voices, and I used to be able to do a pretty good impression of Popeye the Sailor, and
Funny.
and then other kids would take notice, and then that's what made them want to start talking to me. And then other kids just started calling me the Popeye guy. And then when I started playing in punk rock bands, everybody seemed to have a nickname, so people just started calling me Popeye. And yeah, I couldn't shake it.
Nice. Can you still do a good Popeye impression?
No, I cannot. My voice has dropped about 17 octaves since I was in junior high school, so I can't get my voice that high.
Yep. But it's funny though.
Yeah.
So, what do you do in calling hours?
I am the lead singer, allegedly.
Nice.
It's a little weird because I have not been a lead singer for a band and not also played guitar since around 1990. So most of the time I don't really know what to do with myself when I'm on stage because I don't have gear. I don't have equipment. So I just kind of resign myself to being the dumb singer who doesn't have any stuff to load in.
Yep. So how old were you when you started singing in bands, and what other bands have you sang in?
First band I sang for was Farside when I was 19 years old. We were around for about 11 years, and then I sang. I was the co-lead singer for another band called Your Favorite Trainwreck that happened in the 2000s. And now I'm doing Calling Hours.
Awesome. That's every band you've been in? Three?
Those are the bands that I've sung for.
Oh yeah. Have you been in any bands without singing?
Yeah, I was in a hardcore band called Borderline. I think that was right around 1989. I played guitar in a band called the Aquabats in the mid 2000s.
You played with the
Um,
Aquabats?
yeah,
I saw them opening for Less Than Jake. On
yeah,
like
yeah.
Regular.
Now you're interested. Thanks, Gabe. Yeah, you don't care about anything else I did until I mentioned the Aquabats. No,
Oh,
no. I played for them for maybe like a year in the mid 2000s.
funny.
Yeah, it was cool. And then
Yeah. I mean,
um,
I don't actually like the Aquabats. I think it's just funny that they wear these crazy costumes and stuff.
yeah, I got to tell you, it was those costumes were not very flattering when you put them on. When you're in your mid to late 30s and you're not doing your ab crunches, like it's not a good look. But you
Yep.
know, it
Little
was
kids
fun.
love it. Little kids love it though. So,
Yeah, it was a good time.
yep. So, what genre do you consider calling hours?
I would call it post-hardcore music that guys in their 40s and 50s can do their best at possibly doing, which ain't
Nice.
much, but we try our best, and we have to do a lot of stretching exercises and take a lot of ibuprofen so we can get through the night.
Yep, you gotta make that like an acronym and make it into a genre.
Yeah, I know. I got to work on that.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't even remember what you said. I just remember post-hardcore and 40-year-olds, 40 and 50-year-olds.
I think that's all you have to remember.
Yep,
You forget everything else I said.
yep. So most important question of the day, is your band named after the Bane song Calling Hours?
No, it is not. It is just a coincidence.
Nice. So are you guys before song or after?
Are we? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Gabe.
Did you guys come after the song or before the song? The song
Um,
was in 2014, I think.
oh, we would have, yeah, we would have definitely come after. Honestly, I didn't come up with the name, so I can't really address that issue. I just kind of went along with it. You know, there's five of us in the band. We try to be a democracy. So if everybody else says this is what we're doing, then then you just gotta kind of roll with it.
Yep. And it's cool. It's a cool name for a song and band.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're wearing a Bane t-shirt, so obviously
Yep.
you want to ask that
Um,
question. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you, man.
yep.
I just don't know.
Wait, so what does calling hours mean?
Oh, it's after when a loved one passes away and they have a funeral service, they will they'll put the body out into a place where everybody can just kind of view the body for one last time.
Those are
And
calling hours.
yeah, those are the calling
So
hours.
maybe that's why the Bane song was called Calling Hours, because it was like their last album. Like the band's done, but now they're back together. But I don't think they'll be
Oh,
recording anymore. Maybe they
hmm.
will.
Yeah, I know they were playing some shows recently. No, they're a great band, you know.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, I can assure everybody, including you, that we nobody was trying to rip anybody off. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know those guys personally. Like somebody just like
It doesn't
suggested it as a band name, and we just said, yeah, it sounds cool.
I mean, it doesn't have to be ripping off. It could just be inspired, like it could just be named after the song.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like any kind of music or art in general, you're inspired by something.
Sure.
You take your influences away from other artists that that you emulated, and so I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate
Yeah.
you saying that you don't think that we just ripped something off from
Yeah.
Bane.
I mean, like when it comes to that, you usually can't. It's more being named after, or it's just a coincidence. But
Yeah, very true.
yeah. So when did calling hours start?
We started about 1 year and 9 months ago. We were introduced through a mutual friend. Um, all of the other guys live in one area and they've known each other forever. Um, I did not know them, but they had heard about me and from my time in Farside. And so they asked this mutual friend if we could, meet, and we just started talking, and then we started making music together.
Awesome.
Not a
Um,
very great, not a great story, it's
yeah, but I mean
it was
now
all
you're in the band, so
yeah, I mean it was almost like it was almost kind of like online dating or something. It was just like, oh, you know this guy? Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll get
online
together and we'll
online band.
online music making. That's pretty much what
Yep.
it was. Yeah.
I mean, me and some of my friends are trying to do a band, but like we live very far like away. We have two people in Baltimore, me in Delaware, one person in
Oh wow.
Florida, and one person in Boston. But we all know each other in person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I get it. It was kind of that situation. Like me and the other guys all live hours away from each other, but hey, thank God for the internet and being able to like send files to one another. And
yeah,
um
if it was like the 90s, like you would have to like you'd have to like mail them like something, right?
Yeah, like literally mailing cassette tapes to one another.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
definitely.
Yeah. No, that's
For
cool that
every
that's really cool that you're trying to get something started though. Like but
yeah.
you got to go for it.
So I'm doing one band with my friends in Delaware, but I'm trying to do one with all my with my friends that live all over the East Coast.
Mm.
And
What do you,
I fill in with my dad's band, or sometimes I'll just play, and they'll just have three guitarists. But yeah, sometimes I'll just play with them. It's really fun.
yeah. So you play guitar? Is
Yeah,
that what I heard? Oh,
I
cool.
play guitar, drums, bass, and I do vocals.
So you could literally be your own band if you wanted to.
I mean, sometimes I'll just record my own stuff, but
Oh,
couldn't play
nice.
live.
Yeah, that would be a tough situation, but
I mean, there are people that play guitar and like drums at the same time, but they can't like have any toms or anything because like there are these people that have like a snare attached to like a kick pedal and then like
yeah,
a kick attached to a kick pedal
I've
and they'll have like a drumstick like taped to their hat
yes.
and go
I have
ding, 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 ding.
I have seen those people and it's like that's really impressive, but could you
Yeah,
not find other musicians to like join you on stage? I don't know.
yeah.
Um, but
I mean, they can like sing too. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, no, that's really awesome.
Yeah, I can sing and play guitar, but I feel like three is a bit too much for me.
Huh.
And especially because drums and like guitar are so much different.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I played drums for a few bands. I was always terrible, but I wanted to bang on stuff. So it was like
Yep.
if
They're
somebody
really
had a
fun.
drum kit, then I was like, yeah, sure, I'll play drums for your band. Just don't get your hopes up because it's going to be awful. Um, but I still kind of feel that way about my guitar playing and my singing sometimes. But uh, being able to go out there and like do it, even if it's in someone's basement, is like
Yep,
it's one of the greatest feelings in the world.
definitely. I saw that Brian McTurnan produced your new record. I'm really good friends with him. Do you
Oh,
have
no
anything
way.
to say about the record?
I'm sorry. What was your question, Gabe?
I saw that Brian McTurnan produced the new record. I'm
Yeah.
really good friends with him. Do you have like anything to say about it?
Uh, I have a million things to say about it. No, that's great that you and Brian are friends. He and I, we have been friends for decades, and but we never had the opportunity to work together. So we finally had this opportunity. Like we've always, Brian and I have always admired each other musically, but sometimes the stars don't necessarily align to give you an opportunity um, to do something together collaboratively. And so this finally happened, and it was incredible. Like it was a big hug fest. Like we were just so excited to see each other all the time. And but we went into this record knowing that we're just going to let Brian tell us what to do, and we're just going to let him take the driver's seat. And it was basically
Yep.
like we gave him like we had plenty of songs, we had plenty of material, but then we basically just gave him a lump of clay and said, here, dude, mold this into something good. And
Yep. So you just had like riffs and stuff, and you just had him like mash it all together.
for the most part, yeah.
Nice.
And none of us had ever had a studio experience like that before. All the bands that myself and all the other guys had been in, it was more like you rehearse and you rehearse and you rehearse, and then you go into the studio and you record it exactly the way you rehearsed it.
Yep.
But for the Calling Hours record, it was let's rehearse, but you know, keep the leash a little bit loose and get that person from the outside who can tell you like, yeah, this not really working, or make this part longer, make this part shorter. I
Yep.
think I think there needs to be a a mosh break in here or something, or can you change the vocals? Can you add some additional lyrics? Can you get rid of some lyrics? And it was great. And so we're our record hasn't been out for very long, but we're already looking forward to getting started on our next one with Brian.
Nice. Ryan told me to tell you wait, what did he say? Oh yeah, ask you about Brian's cat.
Yeah, he used to have a tuxedo cat that he named in my honor. He had a cat named
Funny.
Popeye. Yeah,
Awesome.
he was a
That's a
very
good
sweet
cat
cat.
name.
I thought so. I mean, it's named after me, so what am I going to complain about?
Yep.
No, he was a sweet guy.
Yep. It's just a really funny name for a cat, Popeye. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't expect a cat named to be named Popeye, but it's a funny name for
Yeah,
a cat.
I'll admit I was kind of shy when he told me, "Hey, I named a cat after you." I was like, "Why would you name a cat after me? It's not even my real name, bro." But
Yep.
yeah, it was a nice cat. Went to his house when we were in DC on the last Farside tour, and he let me hold him. And I'm a big cat guy. My wife and I have 11 cats. The last time I last
Wow.
time I checked.
A lot.
Last time I checked. Who knows? There might be more.
Yep. They just multiplying. They're just more and more.
Yeah, she keeps adopting them, and I'm not going to say no. So,
Yep. So I'm more of a person, but I like cats a lot. In where was it? It was in Kentucky. It was right outside of Cincinnati. Um, we were following DRI on a few days of their Midwest tour.
oh, nice.
But yeah, we went to a cool like cat cafe there. It was really awesome.
Yeah, I've been to some too. It's really
Yeah.
nice because you can have a cozy mug of something hot, and then a cat will just hop into your lap.
Yep.
Pretty good. I love dogs too. I've had dogs also, but my wife is more of a cat person, and I kind of married into that situation.
Yep. I remember it was Covington, Kentucky.
Oh wow, I've
Yep.
never been. I've only been
Yep.
to Louisville.
Uh, one thing about Ohio is like so the three biggest cities, I've just noticed they started with a T. There's Cincinnati, there's Columbus, and there's Cleveland.
Hmm.
Yep. Don't know
Yeah,
why, but it's a lot of C's.
yeah, a lot of C's. I was actually born in Columbus. Um, my family they all grew up about an hour and a half outside of Cleveland, so I'm quite familiar with Ohio. That's cool. You got to spend some time there.
Yep. So, what song off the new record should someone look up first?
Curtain Call.
Nice.
Um, that was my attempt to write a love song for my wife.
Nice. Did it
Yeah.
turn out good?
We're happy with it.
Awesome.
My wife gave me a kiss on the cheek when I played it for her, so I guess that's
Yep, that
pretty
probably
cool.
means it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll make sure to check it out.
thanks.
So what was the first punk or hardcore show you attended, and how old were you?
Oh, I was 14, and it was just this random show at a local community center in Orange County, California. I don't even know if I could remember what bands played, but I was scared out of my mind.
Yep.
Um, and I'm still as scrawny as I was when I was 14. So I just kind of stood in the back and just watched it.
Yep.
And
Were you by yourself or with someone?
no, I went with some friends, and we had to all lie to our parents about where we were going to be going that night.
Yep.
Because otherwise they wouldn't let us out of the house.
Where did you
Um,
guys say you were going, if you remembered?
we would we would either just say, "Oh, we're just going to go to Denny's and get some food," or we were going to go over to so and so's house and watch movies or whatever. I mean, at that time, none of us drank or anything, so our parents knew that we weren't going to get into any trouble. But if they heard that we were going to go to a punk show or a hardcore show, that was not going to fly. So,
Yeah.
we would still, because we were underage, and you never knew it was going to happen. And there could oftentimes be, you would hear stories about all sorts of nefarious characters that would show up with knives and guns and weapons, and just were looking for someone to get into a fist fight with. And and we were scrawny little teenagers, so we just wanted to see some cool bands. um but you had to fib a little bit about where you were going, and you watched each other's back, and then you made sure that you didn't piss anybody off, and
Yeah.
then you went home.
Awesome. Yeah, I've like heard stories about how crazy old punk shows used to be. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad it's a lot safer now.
Yeah, it is great. One thing that I have learned, and definitely noticed over the years, is that I think it's so wonderful that um, that parents are so much more involved than they used to be. And you didn't used to see your parents dropping off their kids at the show, or even going into the show, and it was fine. Because I'll tell you, like in the 80s, if your parents dropped you off at a show, like, you were automatically the dorkiest guy there, and you were probably going to get punched in the face for
Yeah.
having your mom drop you off. But then over time, it's like, oh, your mom showed up. That's really cool. Your dad showed up. How awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's like probably because in the 80s, like that was the first generation of like hardcore, like 70,
yeah.
like uh so I guess the first like earliest like hardcore was probably, well, punk I guess started in like the 70s, like kind of late 70s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. But like that was the first generation of like punk and hardcore. So they didn't have parents that were into it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but my parents are into it because they got me into it. So,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah. And then it just yeah, I think you framed that incredibly well. It's if you compare it to a lot of other styles of music, punk and hardcore is it's pretty young, like there haven't been that many generations that have experienced it, compared to, like, you know blues or rock and roll or country western music or stuff like that. So in my heart, it's great to see so many new generations coming up. And we my friends and I would talk about this kind of stuff all the time when we were in our 20s. Like, what are our kids going to be like? Are they going to like punk and hardcore, or um who knows if it's even going to exist anymore? And so it's great that it still continues to evolve as a community.
Yeah. Um, oops. But yeah, I'm glad it's still around. It's hopefully makes it to a third generation.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yep. Wait, so I wait, so would I be the third generation of hardcore? Because there could be kids that were born in like 2000s that might have gotten into it from their parents, right? If they, I guess, I don't know. I'm like 2.5 because there's 2000s hardcore kids, and then there's like 2010s, which is me, and then there's like 90s and 80s. So,
Yeah. No, I think I mean, as long as there are people who are into it, it will always thrive on, one way or the other. There's always going to be a new generation, and then another generation after that, and another generation after that. It might it might not always be popular, but it will always will always exist and it will always continue.
Yep. So what are some of your favorite bands to see live?
Hmm. Um, well, the first concert, like big concert that I ever went to when I was 8 years old was Earth, Wind and Fire.
Nice.
And that blew my mind.
Oh yeah,
Um,
September, right? The song?
yes. Good call. Oh man. Yeah, that was a crazy show. Yeah, at the Forum in Los Angeles where the LA Lakers used to play. It was
Yep.
a huge show. My dad was a big fan, so he took us all there, and um that was incredible.
think I think how I heard that song. Um, I think I was playing. Do you have you heard of Just Dance, the like game?
Oh, I've heard of it.
That
Yeah.
was like a lot younger. I used to play that a lot. And I think there was like a thing on it for September, and I played it.
Uh-huh.
So at Disney World at the Guardians of the Galaxy ride,
Okay.
I heard it when I was like probably 7 or something.
Well, come on, you have to acknowledge that it's a great song, right?
It's
Do you remember?
the
Yeah.
21st night of September.
Yeah. Great song.
Yep.
The other best show I ever went to, and it's funny because my mom and I'm here at my mom's in California right now, just visiting for the holidays. And a couple nights ago, we were talking about when we went to go see Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach, and we were just reminiscing about what an incredible concert that was. I was more interested in seeing Elvis Costello. My mom has always had a long time crush on Burt Bacharach, so we were both satisfied. But it was an incredible show. Like they had this full orchestra, and it was one of those shows where I'm watching it, and at the end of it, I was thinking to myself, why do you even try to play music, Popeye? Like you're not going to be that good. Like those guys are musicians. You're just a jerk with a guitar. So that was an incredible show for me too.
Yep. How big was the place? Cause Elvis.
Different Elvis.
Oh,
Oh, Elvis Costello.
it's the main
Elvis
Elvis.
Presley.
Oh yeah.
It was a big place. It was a huge indoor amphitheater. Yeah, there was like thousands of people. It was just um yeah, and everybody on stage was wearing tuxedos, and everybody just looked so dapper, and uh wow, but they brought it. It was just so incredible.
But like when I hear the name Elvis, I think Elvis Presley, right?
Well, he's also one of my favorites as well.
But he's
Um,
very
but yeah, there are two Elvis, or Elvi, if
yeah.
you want.
Elvis was definitely like he might have been at one point. I mean, at one point he was probably the biggest musician of all time, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
for sure. Yeah.
he was huge.
Do you like his music?
Uh, I haven't heard it too much, but it's not really my style. Cause
Hmm,
like uh
gotcha. Oh, that's
mostly
cool. Just asking.
blues, kinda. I don't know.
Yeah, like one of the early incarnations of rock and roll. Yeah.
So where's your favorite place you've toured in?
Uh, there is no such place. Every every place I've ever been to has its own unique quality. There's always something cool or interesting you can find in any city that you ever visit, um, including the people that you get to meet or people that you get to reconnect with. Um, so, I mean, it could be someplace big and metropolitan like New York or London, or it could be someplace like Boise, Idaho. But there's 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 always something there's always something cool you can find. And there could be 10 people in the crowd, there could be 1,000 people in the crowd. In my opinion, I've never felt like it's going to make the show any better or any worse, depending on the city you're in or depending on how many people are there, how much money you make. So I'm sorry, Gabe, I cannot answer that question.
That's fine. You have like a one that you like really enjoyed? It doesn't even have to be like the one you enjoyed the most, just a city that you really enjoyed going to.
Uh, yeah, I always liked being in London.
Nice.
Probably just because I like the way that people talk.
Yep. Rob, you want some tea?
I might. Hey, you want to go have a kickabout?
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
Um,
You get a football. We go out in the park and we have a kickabout.
gonna
Oh,
uh, you wanna watch some you wanna watch something on the
yeah, the telly.
telly? Uh, so also my dad's band is playing it in uh England in April, and so it's
Oh, nice.
I don't think there's a show in London. Is it Sheffield, Newcastle, um, and I think Bristol, and then
Uh-huh.
Plymouth, I think.
Oh, are you going?
Yeah, I'm going, and I'm gonna get to play guitar with them.
Oh, right on.
One of their guitarists has vertigo, so
Okay.
he's not able to travel very far. So
I understand.
in his place for England.
Cool. Have you ever been to England before?
Yep. Because in June they went to England. I went with, but like I didn't play guitar. But yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
you were just sitting at the merch table, not doing much. Yeah, I know the drill.
yeah. But I got to go to all these cities in England. I went to
Yeah.
London, Plymouth. I also went to Wales, and because they got asked to play a Newport show in the middle of the
Oh,
weekend thing. So
man, I've never been to Wales or Scotland or Ireland. I've always wanted to go.
the show was cool, but it was kind of in a sketchy area.
Hmm. Yeah, gotcha. Do you
Yep.
like fish and chips?
Mm, kinda.
You can take it or leave it.
Yeah. I mean, it's I can eat it, but like it's meh.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, when we were just there recently, one of our guitar players, Tony, he does so much research about everything. And so before we even crossed the border, he said, I found out that one of the top 10 fish and chip places in London is within walking distance of the venue that we're playing tonight. We're going. We just
Wow.
said, okay, yeah, it was like a mile and a half walk. And
Wow.
he was just like, he was like, all right, we're going now. And we just like followed him. He's our band dad.
Yeah,
Every 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 band has a band dad. Tony is our band dad, and he
wait,
took us to an incredible place called Dottie's, and we just like,
I don't even think we have like I don't even think we have a I don't even think we had fish and chips in England then, but on that tour. But I
hmm,
did when me and my mom went to Czechia and Hungary, and we had a layover in London for a
oh,
few
cool.
hours, uh,
Uh-huh.
6 hours, and then we flew to Hungary and Czechia, and then on our way back we had a 20-hour layover in London, so we just stayed the night, uh,
Hmm.
and we ate some fish and chips. It was pretty good, and then we went to Oslo, Norway, because we had a 3-day layover there,
Oh, nice.
but like
Wasn't exactly a layover, but
it wasn't.
well, we made it a layover.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Like,
I've never been to Scandinavia either. You've been to a lot more countries than I think I have. I thought it was pretty well traveled, but you're
two.
putting me to shame right now, bro.
Wait, so I if you count Wales, I've been to five because England, Czechia,
Mhm.
Hungary,
Mhm.
Norway, Wales.
Okay. All right. Well, like 4 of those countries are countries I've never visited. So I think you're still,
Oh.
I think you still got the bomb on me.
Doing good for 12.
Yep.
Pretty good for 12.
Yep. So, what is your favorite food? Is it spinach?
Not necessarily. I am the least fussiest eater that you could probably meet. I will eat literally anything that is edible.
What if someone
Um,
put like um
if it's actual food, I will
so
eat it, or at least try it.
would you so if someone took a Big Mac, fries, Coca-Cola and
Milkshake.
a milkshake and put it in a blender,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes.
would you drink it?
Yeah, I'd give it a shot.
Would you not puke?
That I cannot guarantee, but I would give it a
That would be
shot.
disgusting. The Coca-Cola with the
I
big
don't know, man. I mean, it's as long as if I had a place to lay down after I took a few swigs, then
I'm
yeah,
just imagining burger chunks.
I'll give it a try. Like, I mean, have you ever had a land sea air burger from McDonald's?
No.
Oh, okay. That's when you get, it's a Big Mac, but it also has a chicken patty and a fish fillet inside. It's like this big,
Never heard of that. So
yeah, it's an off menu item and a terrible idea, and you need a place to lay down after you have it. That's something that you do when you don't care about your self-esteem and you just want to stuff your face full of the worst food possible.
do you like special request them to put on the patties, or do you buy a
Yeah.
fish?
Yeah, it's not on the menu. You can, from what I understand, I mean, it's been a few years since I attempted one, but you can just ask for a land sea air burger and they'll just give you this big mess of stuff.
Fancy air burger?
Land sea air. Yeah, the cows come from the land, the fish fillet comes from the sea, the chicken comes from the air.
Oh, I think it's came
I-
from the sea.
Yeah, I haven't discussed this with many people because my wife is vegan, but she never listens to any podcast that I'm ever on, so I think I'm safe.
Yep.
But secretly, I've had it a couple of times,
Nice.
and then she'll text me and ask like, "You said you were just going to the grocery store. You've been gone for like 3 hours," and I'm like, and I'm passed out in the car because of the burger.
Yep. Mom, someday I just want to like not eat for like 5 hours and just stuff my face with that. I just want and see air.
Land,
Disgusting.
sea, air, burger.
So much food, but it's so good.
Oh, well, have you ever been to California?
No.
Hmm.
So,
I mean, do you like burgers?
yes, I love burgers.
Okay, well, there's a place out here called In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, I
Right.
had so I went to Texas because my mom went to Texas for a few days with the band to Unearth.
Hmm.
Yeah, she went with them. And for one of the days on the tour, me and my dad flew down. Um and we had In-N-Out and it was so good.
Yeah,
We got
yeah, because
fries, we got normal fries, we got a burger, and
yeah,
we got a drink. I don't do we get a milkshake? I don't think so.
yeah, real ice cream milkshakes. Yeah, I just had one the other night. I just went there the other night with my nephew and texted the other guys in the band, and they were like, "Oh, we got to set up some West Coast shows just so we can come out there and get some burgers. You get an animal style."
Yep.
Oh, that's the way to rock it, man.
I need more.
Yes, I know. Yeah, and bring your
I was
bring your
back.
heartburn medication with you.
Yep. Okay, I want In-N-Out. Mom, can we fly to Texas? Well,
Lay.
oh yeah. We're going to Japan and we have a layover in California.
Oh, right on.
I'm gonna eat In-N-Out.
Well, hopefully you can find a joint that's close to the airport. I see that excited look on your face.
I hope there's one in LAX. There probably is. Close. They're from California, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it's a West Coast thing.
So is it just Texas, California, and Arizona?
Pretty much, yeah.
New Mexico too.
I've heard that I've read that I've read some articles that they're going to try to like expand it into different places, but for the most part, it's in the western half of the U.S.
I would love if they expanded it to East Coast.
Yeah, me too. I know, man. I know. Get good and greasy.
Yep. So what was your favorite movie when you were my age?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice. Have I seen that?
No,
Okay. Did someone else say that or something? Because
maybe.
I recognize the name. I don't know why.
Well, it's Indiana Jones.
Oh,
We saw it in
Yeah, that guy.
World.
oh, that makes sense. So if you could have any superhero power, what would it be and why?
I would like invisibility powers so
Yep.
that I can disappear and not have to take care of my responsibilities.
It's funny.
And I can just come back later and be like, no, no, I had to go somewhere. But meanwhile, I'm just like sleeping in a corner somewhere, but nobody can see me.
Yep. Wait, what if someone like stepped on you?
Well, I would, you know, I would blame it on a dog or a cat or something.
Yep. Also you could get into every show for free. Just like walk backstage
Yeah, that
on
takes a lot of work though, you know. Like you got to drive, you got to find parking. I mean, I don't have flying powers. I'm just invisible, and I just want
so
to take a nap and not have to do housework.
yep. So what I would choose would be like a button. So on Google Maps, like just a button, I drop a pin and I'm there. Whoosh.
Oh, just like instantaneously, you're just in one place to another.
Yep.
Huh?
Ooh, I want to go to California. I want to grab some In-N-Out. Drop a pin right on an
Yeah,
In-N-Out.
that's
I'm there.
pretty good. That's a pretty good superpower. What would your superhero name be?
Uh,
Button Man.
uh, uh, Press.
Hmm.
Mr.
Press.
Mr.
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 Press.
Mr. TP. And it's not toilet paper, it's teleportation.
Okay.
Yep. I know
Yeah.
teleportation is one word, but
Yeah, you might want to work on the branding for that.
Mr. T.
Mr. TP. Because well, in Minecraft, like this thing called commands, where like it's pretty much like certain things. But if you want to teleport a person in like a player in Minecraft to you, you do slash TP their username to your username.
Oh, okay.
So slash TP.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
Slash TP.
Yep.
Yeah. You
Mr.
just you
Mr.
just
slash TP.
yeah,
No.
you could yeah, slash TP has a good ring to it.
Yes.
That sounds cool.
Yep. So if you could tell your 12-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
If I could tell my 12-year-old self, what would I tell him? Uh, you're not quite as dorky as you think you are, but
Nice.
it's okay that you're a dork. Because I still think I'm
Yep.
the biggest dork in the world.
I'm definitely a dork, but being a dork is not a bad thing.
Yeah, but I think when you're 12, you think it's a terrible thing. Um,
I think it's a great thing.
well, you don't always learn that when you're 12. So, um, yeah, I should have told myself that back then. It took me a while to come out of my shell and start to feel okay with who I am and be proud of who I am. And still think I'm a dork, but I'm a proud dork.
So yeah, anything to add for before we wrap it up? Like any shows or something?
Yeah, we're trying to set some stuff up on the East Coast in early February, and then we're going to be going to Europe in late May, early June to play some shows in Germany. Not everything's confirmed yet. But that's about it. We have music, we have music videos, we have t-shirts. Come
Yep.
one, come all.
We'll come to them if they're in like Philly or Baltimore, or, like New Jersey or something, because that's
Yeah.
basis.
Yeah, I'll be sure to. I'll let you know about it. We don't have anything. Again, we're like kind of in the process of getting it all set up. But no, Gabe, I got to tell you, like this has been like amazing getting an opportunity to talk to you and meet you. And yeah, Brooke, thank you so much for setting this up. And it was nice getting to chat with you as well. Thanks for the thumbs up on camera.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
I love being a dork. Okay. Well, yeah, thanks to Popeye for joining me today, and thanks to all of you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye!